I wanted to talk about the power of passion projects. For the longest time, I would always just focus on paid work. Always like, oh man, I need to get paid, I need to get paid, I need to get paid. And I ended up getting into a rut. I was like, damn, I don't like doing this no more. Why don't I like doing this anymore? And the main issue was I stopped doing passion projects. I stopped doing what got me into photography in the first place. As a photographer, as a videographer, as a creative, you need to go out and just create things just to create it. Getting paid is very important, don't get me wrong, but I am a firm believer that your passion projects are the real things that get you paid. Anytime I've only focused on just doing client work, I don't get booked as much, mainly just because I'm neglecting my own content. By the way, look at this shit. I love Nashville. Yeah. But the reason why is because I'm not as excited to post the content. I'm not excited to edit the content because I'm so busy editing all the client stuff. What I have been challenging myself to do again is to just start making more content for myself, focusing on the stuff I want to do. I'm still getting paid. I'm still doing client work, but squeeze in passion projects. Otherwise, you're gonna stress yourself out. You're just gonna start hating what you're doing because you're so focused on trying to get paid and make money and not be a starving artist. You forget why you became an artist in the first place. For me, one thing I've been doing, even if it's not paid, one thing I've been doing recently to get back into my passion projects is just hit up all these model friends I know and like, hey, pull up to the studio, let's do a shoot. A photographer friend of mine, Cam, that's one thing I always admired about him. Every time you look at him, he's always shooting. A lot of that is like, ooh, I'm feeling real creative right now, so I'm gonna go out and shoot something. And it could be portraits of people, it could be street photography. As a creative, you want to focus on just getting out there and creating stuff. Of course, I was watching on photography and he said, create work with your passion projects that is so good that people have no choice but to call you. Having that mindset of, I just need to create work that's so good that people have no choice but to call me and they're like, bro, I got to shoot with you, bro. I got how much to work with you. The key is not losing that fire that got you started in the first place with photography or with any type of creative. And I'm just gonna start making more content, even if it's not as edited, just because one trend I've noticed with content nowadays is it's becoming less and less polished, but it's kind of done on purpose. I think people are craving more authenticity, which I even think that as creatives, that's where we can thrive. Because if we focus on just creating content and work that means something to us, I think that that's how you get booked more. Because if you only focus on just client work and just keeping the clients happy, I do think that that's how a lot of us creatives burn out because we don't make time to do creative stuff. Even if you're struggling, I still think that you need to find time to do creative projects. And if your bookings are 0 right now, I wouldn't look at that as a bad thing. I would look at that as I'm not getting booked right now. It's probably because I'm not creating enough work or putting myself out there enough to show people. So what you do is create a fake buzz. Here's the thing about passion projects. People don't know, especially on social media, people don't know if that was a free shoot or a paid shoot. So when you're doing all these passion projects, it just looks like you're booked all the time anyways. So it doesn't hurt you to do passion projects. So that's basically my thoughts on that and my message. When I'm making these videos, I'm kind of talking to myself. I genuinely believe that everybody knows what they need to do deep down. They just kind of need a way of taking their own advice. So this is me taking my own advice.